truck that I heard going by was the Ranger. Turns out it was a logging truck, or a series of them. Started early this morning, the last one late last night. So I'm guessing where I was staying was down there. They were probably going up and down that road. So, but GPS says I gotta go that way. Alright, well, I'm like trying to find this campground, and I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm driving 7.5 miles down what is called Memory Lane. It's wide enough for one vehicle. I didn't see any signs saying I couldn't, but I can't figure out where the hell this campground is. I don't know if I'm in the park now or what the deal is, dude, but I know this much. I am in the middle of fucking nowhere. Road wide as the fucking vehicle, and Sasquatch land as far as the eye can see. Alright, well. Okay, well, there's a mailbox, so I can't be that far wrong. And I'm seeing some posted no trespassing on the right, so, well, we'll see. So, that way we go. Alright, gang, we're in the deep woods. I got a tip from a forestry guy that I talked to who was doing some surveying. And so I'm following that lead. Yeah, this is the way I came in. This way. We're in the woods. More later. Alright, so this is where we're at. This is Forestry Road. I'm like at the end of it. So I'm gonna set up in this area right here. I figure right over in there, probably. Get that set up. I'm like deep woods. This is a forestry access road. So that's the road in. But I still should have enough daylight to get things going, so I got to get the bike off the back. And in the future, I'm probably not going to take the bike with me if I'm going to be doing roads like that, because it don't pay to have a bike on the back of there. I'm not going to ride it, but it is what it is. So I'm going to get the bike off and get to work. So I'm thinking about setting up in here. Probably pull the Jeep around over here and then just set up right in here. It's nice and flat. Kind of ominous though. Someone didn't make it. I think it's a deer that got away from somebody. There's more bones over here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. kind of blue skyish, so I don't think it's going to be rainy tonight. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna drive the Jeep around over here and get this area prepped and get to work. Alright, so I got done digging the fire hole. Really bummed me out because I got done and I sat down and I cracked a beer, and I really wanted you to be able to see that. I'm gonna have to, yeah, just deal with it, I guess. So, so this is what your fire hole should look like ideally, and dig it down deep enough so that you don't have to worry about, you know, anything jumping out. Everything's really wet, so it's not, there's a low risk of anything catching on fire, and I should see anything that pops out of it. And I got the dirt all bermed up around the outsides of it so that when I'm done with it, I can fill it back in, and I'll just fill that hole back in there and tamp it all down, and you know, hopefully make it kind of like you know, just a rub spot in the dirt or something. The my set where I set my tent up, there's like a little bit of an antler rub right next to it. I just noticed on one of the little branches. So this is obviously an area where deer come to sit, and I'm wondering if hunters come to sit as well and wait. Probably, but so check out the hole. So you can see everything's piled up around the outside of it, and it's a good, I would say 6 to 8 inches down. So, and digging in this area is kind of ideal once you get past the top layer. The top layer is kind of sandy and stony, but the underside is like all red clay, so ideal. Here we go. Unfortunately, I didn't hit record when I sparked that up. You can take my word, it took more than one try. I know there's guys, one of the other guys that I follow on YouTube is always getting crap from the other guys because he takes more than one strike to get the fire going. It's supposed to be one and done. One strike and it's done. I haven't reached that club yet. We'll do it together. Won't we? Okay. Well, I don't mind telling you, This is all I'm doing. I'm getting this fire going, and then I'm going to cook some food, and I'm going to relax. I think if I've done my planning right, the grate, yes, the grate will fit right over the hole without any need to put anything else. You know, any other tinkering. No other tinkering needed. But it will come in handy in this instance. Alright. Okay. So this is me for now. It is super quiet. You know, this whole trip, I think it's been pre-mosquitoes, but I'm seeing little bugs buzzing around me. It was warm enough today to wake some of them up. I don't think they're mosquitoes. I know there's been some deer flies. I've heard them buzzing around me, but there is a raven. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but there's a raven that's making his rounds. I don't know if he's croaking at me or what. You know it's a raven when the croak is really deep. When it's a caw, it's a crow. This isn't a crow. This is a raven. What is the difference, you say? Well, a raven is a lot bigger than a crow, and they don't typically frequent. I mean, they can, and sometimes they do, but they don't typically frequent the cities and the urban areas. They're usually way out away from people. All right. Well, I'm gonna crack this beer a little bit. I gotta put some more wood on this fire, and then I'm gonna get to cooking. So, while the fire burns, today's beer is another Michigan. Is it Michigan? Yeah, Bell's is Michigan. Comstock, Michigan, as a matter of fact. It says so on the bottle. Pop Solution. Double India IPA. So this is a good one. I'm lying if I say I didn't already have one of these. I will post a picture of the color. I poured one into a pint glass. I like to do that. I mean, if I'm out here, obviously I'm not going to have a pint glass with me. But I like to do a pint glass so that you can see the color of it, and gives you an indication of you know, what to expect when you open it, along with the flavor. I haven't done a review on this thing. It's not overly pungent. Like most double IPAs, really kind of strong. This one not so much. I mean, I like IPAs. It was my one of my first beers that I got into when I started getting into beer. And when I say started getting into beer, started brewing, and got over the industrial beers. I mean, don't get me wrong, the industrial beers have their place, but a craft beer is something special. It's somebody's baby. It's something that somebody put some time in and said, hey, I would like something that tastes like this, and they made it. They brought it into the world, so it's their baby. And I know what that's like, being that I actually brew beer. Back when IPAs first came out, they were, I mean, you had like one flavor of IPA. It was really, I'm not sure what the hop treatment was. I'm pretty sure it was Cascade or Centennial that was in it. It was real piney. It had a real, like, when you tasted it, you were like, it tastes piney. It tastes green. Tastes like, you know what I mean? Piney is just the word that comes to mind. So, and I've been looking for that, and there was an IPA that I had liked that had that, and I can't for the life of me find it. Something makes me want to say that it was a West Coast IPA, because those were the only IPAs you could pretty much get in the beginning, because that's where the style was pioneered. Well, I mean, that wasn't really pioneered, but that's who, brought it into the beer stores. You know what I mean? There was the first wave of micro brewed beers, was the high alcohol content IPAs. That was their claim to fame, was that you could drink 2 of them and you were like, dude, it was like drinking a 6-pack. Well, yeah, when you're drinking something that's like 9%, 8% alcohol by volume, and all the beer that you're used to, all the industrial beer, the St. Pauli Girl, the Heineken, the Budweiser, the Miller Lite, and everything is all 4%. Yeah, it's gonna definitely make an impact on you. So, but Bell's Brewery, that's who makes this. Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan, hop solution. So this is it's not bad. It goes down easy. So, and 8% alcohol by volume. Tasting, it's kind of sweet in the roof of my mouth. The finish is not overpowering, so like after you swallow it, it's not like it leaves a real bitter taste in your mouth, which is another IPA characteristic, generally speaking. So this is not bad. Paying homage to my Michigan brother from another mother. I've seen, there's someone that I watch on YouTube quite regularly, and he always, every time he has a beer on his show after setting up and getting everything done, it's always a Two-Hearted Ale. It's always, that's not Bell's. I don't know who makes Two-Hearted. Anyways, I take that back. One time he did like a 3-day or a 4-day Boundary Waters thing, and somebody had sent him some beer. Probably somebody like me who like noticed that he always drinks Two-Hearted Ale. Two-Hearted Ale is an IPA. It's up there in alcohol content. I want to say it's between 6 and 7.5 as far as the alcohol content. It's kind of bitter. I might revisit that one, because there's that may be the one that I'm looking for. So who knows? But the only thing I'm missing is a dog. But with my regular job, a dog would not be kind. It would not be kind to the dog, and that's why I don't. I'm not going to get a dog just because I want one. Would I love a dog? Yes, I would. But, you know, honestly, I don't have the lifestyle for a dog. Driving truck 6 days a week, not home for 12 hours at a time. Unless I could take the dog with me, really would be fair to the dog. So I'd get a cat. I don't mind cats. I like cats. You know, cats are kind of on their terms. And I don't know if I really want to have to clean up after a cat. Dog, you take him outside. Yeah, you got to clean up after him after he goes. But, you know, it doesn't stink up your house with cat litter. So is that harsh? Maybe. Is it wrong? No. So, yeah. The beat goes on. You can still hear that crow out there. So, I'm going to feed some more wood on the fire. So, I got the fire going. I'm continuing to feed it. Unfortunately, the only thing that's around here is pine. But that's going to have to do, because that's all I got. I do have some hardwood in the Jeep that I carried along with me from my last place. And I'm considering whether or not to set up for a Canadian candle for in the morning. I'm not really going to have any like breakfast per se, because I really don't have anything other than the leftover chicken that I made and I didn't touch, which I guess I could reheat that. But I brought my tea/coffee pot along, and I brought some tea along with me, so I will make some tea. And one of the things I learned this morning with my teapot is that you have to have at least 3 to 4 cups in the teapot in order for it to percolate properly. So I tried to make two. Cups of tea, and it wouldn't percolate. So all I had was hot water. So I added a little bit more tea, added a little bit more water. It started percolating. I got my tea after fashion. So it was kind of a learning experience. But right now I'm getting ready to prepare the baked sweet potato and pork chops that I'm going to have tonight. So let me show you that. Alrighty, I'm going to wrap the sweet potato in tin foil. I've already poked some holes in it. I don't know why. I've been told that that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know if it like releases the pressure from the skin or what the deal is, but I've done that. Now, I've got in my little mess kit, this is a little pouch that came with my mess kit. It allows me to carry whatever I want, condiments or whatever. I've got olive oil in here, extra virgin olive oil, so I'm going to open this up. And I'm gonna put a little bit of that on there. That's okay. Like that. Close that back up. Set that aside. Wipe those off on my pants. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of roll this guy around in the olive oil. This is all going to be kind of cooked in, I guess. So we get that in there. That's good. Wipe that off of my pants. Tried and true. Time-tested method of cleaning your hands. Okay. So this is my spice kit that comes along with it. I have some, I can't remember, this is Sadaro or Cesaro or something like that. This is Cajun spice here. This is Montreal steak in there. Comes highly recommended. And then up here, I believe that is hickory smoked. That's hickory smoke rub on there. So I think for this one, I'm gonna go Cajun. So I unwrap the bottom, and then I'm gonna just sprinkle a little bit of that on there. Some Cajun sweet potato. I mean, I've never done it before, so I don't know if it'll be any different than just garden variety sweet potato, but okay, I'll put this back together. And then that goes back into the little pack. If you're interested in my cooking kit, my camp cooking kit, it is it's an Ozark Trails special. Look for my video on my equipment, and that will be one of the things that I will cover in that video. So we got this together. Let's get this together. All right, that's good. There. Set that aside. Get that ready. Now, I'm gonna open this up here. There you go. We got the pork chops. Pork chops and applesauce. Get this up. Okay, there we go. What are we gonna do with these? Well, I'm thinking the hickory rub sounds like the one that would be the best. So let's get some hickory rub on there. Now, if it was steak, and I did consider steak when I was on my way here and I stopped by the convenience store, but you know, I don't know, everybody does steak, so I figured, why not do pork chops? And whenever you do steak, you got to use the Montreal steak. You can't really, I suppose you could use something else, but I don't know of anybody who does. So you'd be going against the grain. So we're going to season this up. And let's let that marinate, as they say. All right. And let's put the potato on the fire. The pork chops are on. So right about now is when the Forestry service comes out here, guns a-blazing. No, probably not. I hope not. And I'm going to set you down here. Dig into my trusty Ozark Trails kit. I hope you guys appreciate me down on my knees to do this cooking video for you, because down on my knees is not the easiest of that can't be good. That's smoke in my eyes. Flip it over. Flip it over. Down on my knees is not the easiest of. I'm gonna scoot you over here. I'm guessing that the fire's a little hot on that side. The potato is done. So let's set it off to the side over here. I'm gonna set you over here. And probably gonna have to employ the hands on this one. There we go. Let that go. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. I don't know what the hell it was that flared up. I didn't put any olive oil on there. Probably the regular juices. Probably. Okay. So let's just keep this to this side. Flip that over like that. See how the one side's undercooked and the other side's overcooked. That's probably the best play on that. Okay. All right, there it is. It's finally ready. I had to take it off the fire there. I am going to remove that grate and get that food off the fire. The potato is done. It is 8:30. It is really dark. You wouldn't know it because I took heed to some of the other people that I listened to about doing your YouTube channel, and my lighting is on point, yo. So that's also. So let's that sweet potato and crispy potato. Trusty knife. Woo! Okay. That down there. All right. So it's kind of black on the outside, but it's the inside part that you eat. So, and grab a fork. Comes with 4 forks, actually. Oh, I should have got butter, dude. I didn't get butter. This would probably be a lot better with butter. I think everything is better with butter, but that's just me. Not bad. Doesn't taste very Cajun. I think that only did the... Probably not. All right, so Let's give this a slice. Like move you over here for the time being, so I have room to slice in here. This fork is, I suppose, better than a spork, but it's only kind of flimsy. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, if the helicopter wasn't going to bring the forestry service down on my ass because those guys jerked me around and didn't tell me the truth, my lighting game would definitely bring them down. I could get, you know, a different type of salt, just add salt, a little bit of salt. Too much salt, too little salt, you know. So, market count. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to some shenanigans, but so far, I'm gonna. But that's just me. Slight hickory flavor. I wonder if bears are afraid of lights. I do have a lot of lights. Interestingly enough, though, I noticed last night when I was walking around, I went out to get some more wood and then came back. The light doesn't travel, lit up. And you can see me fine. I can see everything fine. It's in this vicinity, but you couldn't really see these lights from a distance. You had to like look for them. And then it wasn't until you got right up on them that you noticed that there were lights there. The fire did the same thing. I was kind of surprised about that. But not a bad pork chop, but you know, it's because I'm cooking over pine. That's why that potato burnt the way it did too. Is it that pine just burns so hot that it's hard to control the temperature when you're cooking. When you're cooking, you need hardwood that will burn at a consistent temperature slowly so that you can pile the coals up on one side or the other. And you can create a cooking zone. And when your food is done enough, then you can keep it warm without burning it or cooking it anymore, drying it out. So, well, continue the rest of this last, and then I'm gonna pour wood on the fire. And then put all this stuff and sign off. I think is the river. Maybe it's the river last night, but there was a river on the way in, a small bridge too. Big enough for one vehicle. So try to determine whether a Canadian candle. And then pack up the tent and probably roll back to the suburbs. I've been MIA for 3 days, so probably time. It was definitely worth it to come out here. All right, well, I'm wrapped up. I'm gonna go to bed. I will see y'all in the morning. So, it's morning. It's cold. The temperature went down. It was a long night. It was weird. In the middle of the night, there was owls all over the place. You could hear them all over the place. It was distance. I wish there was one close. If there was one close, I would have recorded it because I would have thought that was cool. You could hear it. I mean, it was cool to hear. They were like off in the distance. And then at one point, I like opened my eyes and like all of a sudden there was like light over on one side of the tent, but not on any other side of the tent. And I was kind of like, why is there just light there? And I got up a little bit later and I realized that it was because there's, I don't know if it's a full moon, but it was a bright moon. But it kept going behind clouds. So there was like a 50% chance of rain this morning. It doesn't appear to have materialized, so I guess that's good. And then shortly after that, in the middle of the night, there was some other animal out there. I heard it call like earlier, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I heard it call a lot closer. It was like closer by me. I think it was like, I don't know, I think it was a deer. It kind of sounded like an elk would make sound, but not really like the full bugle of like the elk, like a male elk, but maybe it was like the cow. I don't know if there's elk around here or not, but I think it was a deer. It's kind of weird to like hear it like out of the blue. What the hell? So yeah. I'm gonna lay here a little bit. It's about 5:30. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I was really in the mood for a shower. So I did try to record that sound last night, but it never happened again. So. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna lay here for a little bit, collect my thoughts, figure out what I want to do, and then get going.